Arsenal dominated at home and it pays off. But Manchester United still struggling to win against big clubs in this season Premier League games. We saw them against Tottenham in the Tottenham Sports Stadium. It didn't go well. Today in Arsenal, they didn't for me, they didn't actually play very well in the game. The only tactics they were playing on is just defending and then counter attacking, and it didn't actually pay off in the game. And probably Eric Ten Hag will be questioning his tactics and also the players very soon. They might be, I don't know what to put it, or I don't know how to put it, but they might be questioning themselves for why they are not able to gather momentum to be able to get that Vim, you are Arsenal fan. We all know how this game ran. Yesterday, I predicted that it might be draw because of the early start of the season. But then Arsenal have squeezed to to get 3 goals out of the game. I didn't expect so much goals in the game. You, as a fan looking at the game, what's your preview of the game before we move into the details?
First of all, good evening to our listeners. And uh, I'm welcoming them on board to join us. For
Yeah,
another
yeah.
of this show. You know, uh, I'm an Arsenal fan, but can see from me that I'm not that happy. But
You're not happy.
no, no, not at all. But then securing the 3 points, I should say, I'm gonna say kudos to the boys, and I think it's a game of both ends. You are saying United, what they were trying to do. Anytime they go away and they try to use tactics or open up to play, they end up losing vehemently. So I think they came to the Emirates with a tactics and with a view of not going to lose the game. I think that was why they were playing this form of tactics, and it nearly paid off. So I would say, though they lost 3-1, kudos to them. They've been able to hold Arsenal at the Emirates for 90 minutes, I should say, or 80 something minutes. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would say. Kudos to the United, I should say, because they've been able to hold Arsenal at the Emirates, preventing them from scoring and creating chances. And I think it's a good thing. Yeah. So I'm not happy about how Arteta set up. I would have loved him to stick to his plan, the tactics that he was speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
People were bashing him to go back to the back
Okay.
four and start the game from there. And he insisted on saying every game is a different game. So I wanted him to stick to his
Yeah.
plan if he will prove us or other people wrong. But he switched to what we or majority of the people are saying. And that to me is a little bit. I'm not surprised that he did that, because according to him, he sees every game different. You know, so yeah, three
Yeah.
points
Yeah.
back, but not something that we should be proud of, because any other team would have finished Arsenal off, and this is it.
You think any other team would have finished Arsenal out with all this action now they put on?
Yes. Now, the reason I'm saying it was a game of both halves was United was playing much of their possessions in their half.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at the game, they had more chances, more shots on target. If you go through the statistics, and
Yeah.
they scored, I think, Ganacho,
Rashford.
Ganacho had a chance. He put it away, and it was an offside. Had that gone in, or had that been, accepted, that would have been the end of the game. That is why I'm saying any other team would have seen Arsenal off, either draw or they go away with a win. That's why I'm saying this, and I'm not happy about it. But all the same, kudos to the boys. They took the 3 points away, and then again they showed that no consistency and not giving up at the Emirates was the best to to give us the result. You saw some of the fans already leaving the pitch, already
Yeah,
at the back of the stadium. They were ready
yeah,
to
yeah. I saw it. I saw it.
complain together and then talk, tell Arteta so many things. But then they started celebrating the moment they heard that Arsenal scored. So yeah, it's a nice game. But then you are saying United, the tactics they are using was no good. That is the best they can do. Looking at the squad that they have at the moment, and you can see and you can count that it's nearly paid off. They play a little bit of 1-2 passes in their house, and then they drift
Mm-hmm.
wide yes, with pacey moves, and then they attack you. I think it's not a bad formation. I think it's a formation that can be used, the tactics that can be used to play the bigger teams. And yeah, kudos to them. They did well, very well to hold us for 90 and plus minutes. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Wow, that's absolutely great for me as sitting behind and also looking at Arsenal actually performing this because yes, I made mention it. For me, the tactics United actually use, I'm not surprised of it because that's what they do. They sit back with big clubs, sit back and then counter attack. And fortunately today on their part, it nearly paid off. But Odegaard, a captain of the side, actually made that and not only scoring the goal, even though he didn't get the man of the match at the end, but Odegaard was instrumental in the midfield and also like the link up from midfield to actually the offensive area and scoring a goal. I probably think he would have actually get it, but then a winner who scored the winner actually Declan Rice scoring the winner was given the man of the match. But Odegaard, what do you think his performance today?
Declan Rice,
Odegaard.
fantastic captain. With Odegaard, what he brings into the game is composure on the ball, holding the ball, waiting for opponent to commit, to play that forward passes or to create chances for Arsenal. And he's a fantastic player, I should say. No doubt. Anytime you can see time Arsenal is playing and then the opponent goes up or we are behind, he is the one that stands out perfectly. At times Saka
Mm.
comes, but I think today Saka was a little bit tired. Odegaard once again proved to us that he is a fantastic captain and ready to lead the team at any time and bringing the spirit up anytime the spirit of the boys goes down and all that. He's a fantastic player, I should say. But I think man of the match deservedly goes to Declan Rice. We will talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for me, I think Ateta and the boys set out to win the game. Probably sometimes it's good to listen to the public, and sometimes it's very also bad. I don't see why you should not be happy because he listened to the public and it actually paid off. Or you are for you, your match interest is that you should have actually finished up the game in the first half if he had used what he was actually talking of. And he's not the only one who actually brag in the like in press conference. What's the name? Eric Ten Hag also made mention of opening up the game and actually putting pressure on Arsenal. And I made mention like he was just brag because of the press conference and all that. And you could see clearly today he stood and Arsenal pressure in the midfield. Arsenal today midfield was absolutely massive. You could see the only accurate passes Manchester United got is on their half yard, on their own box. Arsenal didn't allow them to actually get that kind of flair they used to play. It's all about the midfield actually mounting pressure on. And probably Declan Rice, as you said, deservedly won the man of the match. And I think he has paid off the amount Arsenal actually got him for. Or he's not yet. And what do you assess him as well? Because I think he was actually instrumental in the defensive midfield. And a defensive midfielder to go ahead to get such important goal for Arsenal. He deservedly won the man of the match.
Yeah. Declan Rice, fantastic player. Fantastic player. I didn't see Casemiro in the game too much, because his
Yeah.
Declan Rice's dominance in the midfield was massive. Massive, massive. I think the United played Ericsson and Casemiro at the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Rice dominated them. He's a kind of player that can get on the ball, push the ball forward, read what is going on at his back. He studies so well whatever is going on at his back. Anytime he pushes back, you see him turning around and watching.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's always aware of dangers behind him, not leaving players behind him. To cause that kind of to make the opponent pick up the little pocket spaces and then attack our defenders. No, he's a kind of player that even though he moves forward, anytime he's moving, he checks his shoulders and makes sure that there's no danger behind before he pushes forward. He is a fantastic.
Behind. Yeah.
I was not against, but let's not happy about his price. Then again, I made mention of something that he is an English player. He's going to get a hype that he deserves. And when a player gets the
Mm-hmm.
hype
Mm-hmm.
that he deserves in a team, it makes the team very dangerous. So I would give it to him for the price because he is an English player, and then going to give us that kind of attention that we need, from the media, a little bit of media bias also from the English sports papers and all that. So I think with that he deserves the amount that we paid for. But with his football abilities and qualities, he is good, no doubt about it. But I think that the
Mm-hmm.
price is a little bit higher. But then again, he shows today what he can give us. Big player for big games. There's the kind of player.
Big player for big games. Clearly, before the game, I actually spoke with you out of camera, and you were actually worried about your right position, right? Or was it Kojo who was worried about the right position because Partey was injured? And I made mention of Ben White actually playing in that position, and Ben White, that position actually did very, very, very well because looking at Rashford play, or maybe was it? Yeah, he was attacking. He was actually marking Rashford. Looking at Rashford's pace, and even though he had a goal, a fantastic one for sure, but you can't blame Ben White for it. The back line of Arsenal actually, I think today is the midfield that actually protected them a lot, and as United couldn't create a lot of havoc in that area with that decision, do you think maybe if Partey comes back, Ben White will still maintain that position? Because clearly, Partey is not a defender.
I listen to my coach a lot. I'm a kind of person that anytime Ateta talks, I follow. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe in him. I strongly believe in him, and I believe in him in such a way that anytime a person is talking and he says, believe me, then he knows what he's talking about.
Well,
Now, when he came, Arsenal wasn't all that good. We are somewhere around in terms half of the table. And anytime he speaks with compassion, he speaks with confidence that he knows what he's doing. You know.
mm-hmm.
So to me, I bought into his ideas, and I know whatever Arteta is doing, he is aware of what he's doing. Then again, I come back to playing of the Premier League. The last time he was speaking pro to this match, he said we cannot use the same tactics to play all the games. Every game
No.
is different and requires different tactics. Then I come back to Ben White playing at the right back. We all know Arsenal stood up last season with this setup, and they were fantastic. No doubt about it. I have never been worried about the right position, the right hand side position, which is the defensive side of the game, because Ben White can do the job. Tomiyasu can also do the job. And then Thomas Partey, this time around, being pushed to the right back, drift into the middle of the park and do his things. And most people do not understand the tactics of Arteta. He is not playing him necessary at the right hand position of the number 2 position. He wants him to come in just like Zinchenko is doing at the other side and dominate the midfield.
Yeah.
So anytime Arsenal pushes forward, he moves from the right hand side position and joins the midfield to overload the midfield. That is what he is trying. And he believes in Partey because of the power he has and because of the a little bit that he has in his game. Anytime there's a danger at the back, running to the wing, he can just push the person off to the to the corner side or to the side of limiting the chances that the opponent is going to create against us. So if he is playing there, I understand him. He has not taken his midfield roles from Partey. He just wants him to occupy that position, but then get his chance to dominate the midfield proper, just as Alexander Zinchenko is doing for the team.
Yeah, I was actually questioning like whether he's playing the left back or he's playing in the midfield, because he dominated in the midfield much than even his own position today.
Yeah, this is Arteta's status, and people say is from Pep Guardiola. In as much as he took some things from Pep Guardiola, I also think he gave some things to Pep Guardiola. He knows what he's doing, and I think Arsenal fans should believe in him and support whatever decision that he takes. So going to the back three where he plays with, I think one of the top defenders on the bench, either Gabriel on the bench or either Saliba on the bench, Partey playing at the number 2 position. He is not actually playing Partey there. He wants the midfielders to be more in the game so that when they meet these low block teams, we can attack them with numbers pushing forward. That is what you cannot always play the game or the English Premier League game with the same tactics. You're going to be caught out, and then teams are going to steady you and they're going to beat you. So I believe in him so much, and I trust in whatever thing that he's doing for Arsenal that is going to come out to be good. The only thing that I am a little bit worried is that he's competing against the best coach in the world. Very hard to beat, and we can all tell it's not an easy task. So I think I urge all Arsenal fans to believe in him just as I believe in him, believe in tactics, and also know we cannot use the same tactics to play every game. So I'm urging Arsenal fans to support whatever thing that is doing and never be worried about the right back position. Either Thomas Partey slotting in there, whether Ben White is there to do the job. Tom Yasu is also there to do the job. So I don't think Arsenal fans should be that much worried about. The man knows what he's doing. Trust in him. And when he knows that things are not going well, he will do the changes. I have a problem with him, which we're going to discuss later. But I think for now, Arsenal fans should just support him and trust in what he's doing. Yeah.
Well, from the first half of the game, Anthony Taylor actually gave Saka a yellow card, which I didn't fancy it. But then sometimes referees, you need to actually balance the game in a bit, because that one was a foul. He was already fallen, and then that tackle came on. And you also had a penalty during the game. He took it, then the VAR referred him back. What's your take on that? Because clearly I knew it was a penalty, even because sometimes VAR actually slow up there, because the Kai Havertz was actually in a speed. So if someone running in a pace like that, any little touches will actually have an impact on him. So I don't see why they reverted the penalty. Maybe your take on that.
Okay. First, I'll go to Saka's yellow card. I think it's a yellow card. This is what I would say. Because
based on the rule.
And not on the rule alone, but the intentions of the player. Saka was not going for a tackle or stuff like that. He was not going for the ball. This is what I'm going to say. He was not going for the ball, but rather he was retaliating. This is what I would say. Because he was fouled. Instead of, accepting that he's been fouled and maybe take the kick or stuff like that, he felt something like impatient and wanted to go for the ball at all costs. So the intention was what made Taylor to give the yellow card. And it's not something about the tackle or maybe the late challenge or something. I think the intention was what made him to give that yellow card. So for me, it's a yellow card, and yeah, and the penalty, it's a 50-50 situation. Had it been given, it would have been too soft. Had it not been given, you know what I'm saying. So I think VAR came in. Anthony Taylor viewed for himself and he said, no, it would be easy or stuff like that. So to me, it was soft. No penalty for me. But then revealing from the other side, the second, actually it wasn't the first player that made the tackle.
Yeah, it wasn't the.
I was coming in. He had a touch as well. So had VAR reviewed that, that would have been enough to at least give a penalty. And looking at the speed that Kai Havertz was also moving, I think, yeah, it's a 50-50 situation. And had it been given, yeah, we move on. Had it not been given, which of course it hasn't been given, yeah, it's a fair situation. And I'm not saying this because we won the game, but I think it was a fair decision.
During the game, we need to talk about Kai Havertz because during the game, I clearly heard the heard the commentator actually talking about Kai Havertz and also Arteta, that since coming in, Arteta is feeling like he needs to give him that time to actually smash into the game because he actually pointed out to buy the player. Do you think he need that time to actually adapt, or he just needs to be benched?
Ateta works magic. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
believe so much that anything he says or anything that he touches, I believe in what he's saying. But with this one, I don't agree with him. You know, because you can see that Kai Havertz slows our attack. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's not picking the spaces too well, and it denies us now so many opportunities. And then at times, he also confuses his position with Inketia or whoever is playing at the number 9 positions. And then
Mm-hmm.
it the players, a lot to think of, especially with Odegaard. And starting with the press, he doesn't know where to stand and he doesn't know what to do, because Odegaard you have to make sure you go with the runner. Sometimes he stays, sometimes you go. It confuses the runs altogether. And picking up the little spaces, he's not doing that to our best. And even when he picks the space and gets the ball, he slows the attack down. This is why I understand that so many panelists and the commentators are picking on him, Ateta, to do the right thing. I believe in him. He knows the right thing, and I'm sure he's going to do the right thing. Kai Havertz is not the best player for us. He can come off the bench to do things that he can. You know, you can see the moment he was taken off and then replaced with even the Vieira. We started
Mm-hmm.
dominating. We started playing and we started creating. We created 2-3 chances instantly with Bukayo Saka missing 2 of them and stuff like that. So you can see that Kai Havertz is our problem. But Arteta wants to stand with his point and prove to people that he's not that bad as he seems. He's doing other things on the field that probably you cannot see, which I also see because I was watching him today. What he does is he drops so deep,
Deep.
yes, to double up the midfield and makes the Arsenal defense more comfortable. That is what he does. You know, Even though he's not doing much, but with off the ball, his runs to take certain positions in the midfield to support a little bit of the defense. Save the defense and protect the defense a little bit. But no, you are not there to do that job. We have the central midfielders and those people that can do the job. Just as my coach keeps and my manager keeps saying, let's give him time to know the runs of the players properly, and maybe he'll just do it.
But he also missed a clear opportunity that would have put Arsenal ahead of the game.
Yeah, I understand whatever people are going to say with the criticisms and all that, and they should know that his confidence is off. When a player's confidence is off, it's very hard, because it's a simple ball. Just tap the ball and then play it into the net, and he missed that. That the confidence is gone, and it's something that Ateta is trying to instill in him. So I think, in as much as we don't agree with Ateta, we should give him a little bit of chance and then allow him to play. But Ateta if he keeps on listening to what we are saying, then I think Havertz is not going to get his chance because we need to dominate games. We need to create chances. We need to hold on to the ball proper. Gabriel Jesus is not 100% fit, but you can see the little glimpses of him and what he can do. He hold the ball proper and make sure that he take on players. Havertz either plays to the right, or turn back, and he's not helping the team. But then again, let's believe in whatever process that Arteta is trying to give the team. Then again, I told you I'm an Arsenal fan, and as an Arsenal fan, I don't have anything to say but to trust in the coach because he came, he's seen it, he changed, he proved it, and he's challenging. So why not?
Well, today is your day. You just need to enjoy it because Arsenal actually put a smile on your face.
I'm not that sure we should be worried.
And United tactics,
Yeah.
they are just because we can. I know you are. K was supposed to be here, but he didn't actually come on board. He told me like he will be coming. He's United fan to actually put us through in this. But then United play today. Like, what do you think about their team currently?
I think they need to build a squad up, to able to go to the transfer market and get one or two quality, to make the team complete, even not to at least to be challenged, But I think because they are not going to the market, Ten Hag is limited to the kind of formations that he really want to play. You can see again from the game against Arsenal. They Ten Hag want to start from the back, then build up. Which for now he's not got the right of play, the right play.
Okay, see.
Oh yeah. So I think this is what is going on. So we should give him a little bit of time. I'm
We
talking
should give him.
about
Yeah. So K is here. K is supposed to be the United side as well. But hey, I told you, K, your mic is mute. Okay.
Is it
So
okay?
I told you that Eric Ten Hag was just talking because the formation playing with just staying behind and counter attacking was going to be obvious. You are United fan, and Simon have actually taken everything as Arsenal fan in the game. So
But
what's your general view before?
Arsenal was doing the same. They were defending deep. Arsenal wasn't playing a Haaland. Yes,
I,
they were also defending deep.
let me come in. We were
uh-huh.
deep. Now the reason we were doing that was because of your goalkeeper. We cannot press him because he's too good. Now,
Yeah, with the ball.
yeah, he's too good with the ball. So we cannot press like we press other teams.
Yeah,
The moment Makwai came in, we started pressing because
yeah,
Makwai is not good on the ball. So if
yeah,
the goalkeeper, Onana, it's like you are doing a zero job, leaving spaces at your back for the. So instead, we joined the midfield and what he is going to do. That is why he took a lot of time on the ball because he was expecting us to come to him, to do it. He's very good on it. And then
yeah,
again, take credit to the Arsenal coach because he knows pressing Onana isn't going to give you a result. So you have
yeah,
to get other players. So he told the players, anytime Onana have the ball, don't press, just and look at his pass. The moment he gives the pass out, then you start. So we were not defending deep, but our attackers were just waiting for Onana to make the pass. And Onana spent much of his time on the ball. That led to United dominating the 70-something% that in your box, I should say.
in the last I think in the last 15 or 10 minutes, it was like Arsenal was playing against a relegation side. Because if you have like your fourth choice and your fifth choice center back, playing against Arsenal, then it's like a calamity waiting to be happened. You understand? But kudos to us now. They capitalized on that and punished us. Then if you remember, I was telling you that looking at, I wasn't really going to look at the score line, but how the team is progressing. And I think United is good. It's better than our previous match. It's okay. Because seriously, I was expecting a total dominance of Arsenal. You understand? I was expecting Arsenal to dominate us on the field of play, especially in the middle of the park. But it wasn't. I don't know whether it's because of Arteta's tactics, but it wasn't really like what I was expecting. You
No.
understand?
Okay. I told
Mhm.
you for the game, and I usually tell other people that Arsenal and Manchester United game is a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
They are playing good football or they are not. You know, it's
Mhm.
it wouldn't have surprised me should have United taken away the 3 points because it's.
Yeah.
But I have
But
the confidence that because Emirates, United
Yeah. Yeah.
had United scored the 90th minute, 89th or so, Garnacho's goal have stood, which we would still have equalized to balance the game out. This is United when it comes to us, the M. It's either a draw or it goes for Arsenal. But then at Old Trafford, always for United, regardless of which form that we are in, for the past years, have been dominated by United at the Old Trafford. They will beat us. So United and Arsenal game is different game altogether. Then again, I come to the parties of where United sit back and then they try to
Yeah.
only tactics that they can play because last season Ten Hag tried to use his tactics, wanting to open up games and actually play the big boys, and he won one, he drew one, he lost the rest. So this time around, he wants to protect himself and make it difficult for the big boys to, just run over him just like they did last season. So I think, he's doing a great job like that, trying to keep the big boys out of him. So
Yeah, we don't have the caliber of players that you people have. You understand? And I think Ten Hag is making use of the materials that is available to him, and they are not. We both know they are not good enough. Look at Ericsson. Look at the goal you equalized.
yeah.
You know, Ericsson was in no man's land. What was he even thinking? What was he even doing there? That's my problem. You know, I told you, if you remember, I told you the last time that Ericsson with the ball is very effective, but without the ball, he's just as we the fans watching the game. You
No.
understand? So I don't know, but then I don't think Arsenal can mount a challenge for the title. No, I don't think they can challenge Manchester City for the title
No.
based on the perform. Although they have injuries, right? But based on what Arteta did today, I don't think Arsenal can give Manchester City the kind of challenge that we are expecting in the
Why?
Premier League.
What do
K,
you
K,
think? What do you think that he
think
did?
I think K has watched what I
Yeah,
watched.
based
You
on
see,
based on your
United fan
previous, based on
Edward.
today and your previous performance
Uh,
this season,
uh,
you understand? Because if you are drawing with Fulham at home, how can you give Manchester City is winning and they are winning with ease? They are not struggling. Then that you could say that, oh, okay, time will catch up with them and they will start be losing. These are a club that is winning comfortably. You understand? So it will be very. Look at the sort of the you guys have to dig deep to beat United today. You understand? And this United
Like,
team.
it's United. When we were on top of our game last season, we went
Mhm.
to Old Trafford and we did nothing. Absolutely
It
nothing.
doesn't matter, but you played a very nice football. You know, you had the possession, your passes was there, everything. But today it's like Arsenal, you could see this fear of the United name
This is what I'm
hovering
saying.
around Arsenal
It's a
players.
United
You
game.
understand?
It's a United game. And I've studied United Arsenal game for so long. Anytime we are playing against United, we are like we don't know what to do. Just last
But
season, we were unbeaten for so long. We went to United. We were playing one of the funniest football in the league. We went to
Yeah.
United, and they dominated and they beat us as if we were not doing anything. The boys came back and they were like, "Oh, now we've learned our lessons." The preseason game against United in the United States. I don't know if you watched that game.
Yeah, it was.
We dominated. We played our passes around, and with 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes, the game was done by United.
Okay,
So
so
but
so it was Arteta's
but
tactics.
one thing you also need to know is since Arteta took over, United have never beaten them in Emirates Sports Stadium.
Yeah,
this this is what I'm saying. At the Emirates, Arsenal is a different beast. United, the best. Before the game, we spoke off camera, and you were telling me, Kay was telling me, "Oh, someone told me United will beat us," and I said I was no chance. The only way United can take a point from Emirates, but they cannot beat us at the Emirates with Arteta and at the Emirates. But Old
with
Trafford,
no, not only with Arteta and in the Emirates, with this type of players that we have. No.
Ah,
That's the
Hoylon
that's the problem. That's the
Hoylon
problem. That's
made
the
his
problem
debut
that we
today.
have.
What do you check? What do
Sorry.
you think? Hoylon, Rasmus Hoylon.
His hold up play was good. It was okay. Even if this player, I've forgotten his name, Ganacho's goal, he played a major part with that little flick to Fernandez to make that through pass. So for me, it's good, and he's a new player coming into a big club, a young guy coming to a big club. He needs time to gel up with and then to have this sort of heart that United player will have. You understand? So for me, I told you this morning that I'm having a good feeling about United. You know, with the acquisition of Amrabat on loan and Hodgland coming back, I think we can do something. You know, but Arsenal has disappointed me seriously because I was expecting a total dominance. You get, and then they end up playing this. You look, I despise Manchester City. I just want Arsenal to give them that sort of competition that it will bring comfort to our hearts. You understand? Liverpool is another beast. If you watch Liverpool today with Aston Villa, you could see that Liverpool will be the only club to mount that challenge for Manchester City. It hurts me to say this, but then it's only Liverpool. I think Arsenal will end up being third or fourth.
too early to say because then again it comes to the depth of your squad, and the
Yeah, true.
play 1, 2, 3 games and then the team will catch your tactics up. That is why I always listen to what he says. With the Premiership, you cannot always stick to a tactic if you are the boss or you are the champion. Soon they will see you out and then off you go. You understand? So I think it's too early to say Arsenal are not going to challenge for the title. We are not playing. One thing that I'm seeing from us right now is we are not playing at our best, but we are winning. And this is what I think it's good for the team. When
Yeah,
it's
that's one. Yeah.
best and then he wins it, and then the team wins. That is the best. When the coming back of Gabriel Jesus, hoping that Thomas Partey gets back to full fitness, we drop Kai Havertz, we get back to shit, and then we start, putting one or two things together. Sitting for the league, no doubt about it. No one can challenge them. The best coach,
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
individual players in the world. Though they've let Gundogan and certain players out of the team, but still with a purchase of one or two. This guy from Chelsea
The Kovacic guy.
came from Chelsea, and he's now one of the best midfielders that we can get in Premiership.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
other that comes into the team, I think Akanji joined the team just last season, and he was playing like he's been there for ages. So this is they are surrounded with quality, and when a person or a player is being surrounded with quality, himself becomes quality. This is Manchester City, and it will be hard to beat. So,
So Arsenal, your striker, Eddie Nketiah today didn't actually I didn't see him that much, maybe trying to score a goal, but his runs was actually good and he was actually dropping into the midfield.
This is
Do you
what
think he could be able? Uh-huh.
I was telling you guys because of the deployment of Kai Havertz, it's make all other players, because it's like we want to push Kai Havertz into the box the more, just like Xhaka was doing last season. But he hasn't got that vision, even though I think the coach is doing his best, try to push him into the box more. Sometimes he comes from the box and joins Eddie Nketiah out, and when Eddie Nketiah tries to move to the box, he moves into the box with Eddie Nketiah. One has to stop to pick up the spaces, play the ball, and that load, that assignment, that should be Havertz. He was not doing it, so Nketiah have to come out more and take the ball and then try to, practically was not doing anything. But I think it's because of Kai Havertz, he's messing his play up and making certain things very difficult for him. And then again, kudos to Manchester United and Onana. Now the more you keep the ball, you prevent your boxes from being attacked, and that is what Onana is doing for Manchester United. And when he's not doing it this way, I think the more Onana keeps the ball, it makes the players, the opponent, kind of, what are we going to do? Do we drop up? Should we attack him? And then all of a sudden you go and then he plays the ball to Rashford at the wings. This was what he was trying to do. That was why Arteta restricted the boys not to come on him. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
Then again, close to Onana, he's doing it brilliantly. But then again, I say United do not have the kind of quality players or the players that will help them play to have sort of game.
If you are playing with two slow. Two, Maguire has a pace of a snail, and Evans has a pace of a tortoise. It doesn't make sense. Why would you take Lindelof off and bring Evans? These coaches sometimes I don't know. I don't understand. Or was he hurt? Did I miss something?
They overthink.
Maybe
it's silly and it's stupid for a coach like your caliber to take off one of your best centre back and bring on someone who took a club to relegation. I mean, does it even make sense? I don't know why. What these coaches sometimes want to achieve.
So what do you think United should do to actually come back into the United we used to know?
We need to start with how do you call it? We need to make good use of the players that we have. This comes to death because we'll be playing Champions League. We'll be playing I think four league cups or in England. So you need depth. And United as of now doesn't have that depth. I told you,
transfer window is closed.
Exactly. So you need to make use of these sort of players that we have. And then Onana thing you were saying, Simon, I think the second goal he could have done a little bit better because it was his first pull.
No, that was a deflection.
No, the deflection wasn't that great to catch you off guard.
It's it beat
deflection.
His anticipation. No, his anticipation was wrong. You understand? I'm telling you, David De Gea would have saved this ball.
Okay. I don't think we should blame Onana here because
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that he could have at least. I mean, a little bit could have saved the ball.
That the ball was short. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So he moved and then the ball deflected. And with deflection goals, it's kind of very hard for goalkeepers.
But it wasn't that massive. It wasn't that massive. If it has deflected to the other pool, to the far pool, fine. But this it was very near your first pool. You understand? So his anticipation was very wrong.
He tried.
It was
the best.
It was very wrong.
He tried.
But then again, this is the modern game that we have. We buy keepers that are good with the feet rather than the hands. So
but it's also good. It's not that bad. He makes saves. Or he does. I would say I would have preferred him. I don't have to say this, but it's a thing that Arsenal fans we are debating of in one of the groups that I joined. I would have preferred him to Ramsdale all the time.
Mhm.
all
Yeah,
time.
he's better. He's better than your goalkeeper, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, he's good with the ball with the ball on his feet. He's comfortable. He
But that we want to play. So Ghana, things would have been, easier. And he can even play that one-time pass to the winger, and then it goes
yeah
to Aka or goes to Martinelli, and so
yeah.
he just that he isn't got the kind of players that are going to support him play his kind of football, and bring on board what Ten Hag is trying to instill. It's
Mm.
very deep. The best thing for United to do right now and get quality
To go back where?
to the market.
Yeah, but it's
But the
close.
market is closed unless January.
Yeah, I'm not saying that based on this year's transfer or something.
Oh, you mean next year?
Next year with the Glazers, let's hope so.
That's something you talk with the Glazers. It's going to be a little bit difficult. But okay, because I've asked a lot of Simon questions before you come in. What's his name?
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka. Clearly, when the coach came last season, he clearly said that Wan-Bissaka was not part of his plans.
Yeah.
But Wan-Bissaka said he was going to fight his way. And today's performance was another fantastic performance because he didn't actually allow Martinelli to do what he used to do.
Mm.
What do you think of his performance today?
It's to me.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka. Look, he's this sort of right back that is not afraid to put a tackle in, and I like those sort of players. Wan-Bissaka is very hard to be dribbled around. You understand? And today's performance, it was decent because he wasn't making that runs that like Ten Hag would normally make his right backs to do. He was just, I think, hovering around Martinelli because if you give him that chance, he will punish you. You understand? So I think the tactics too helped him to be standout. And then last season, Wan-Bissaka has adapted to Ten Hag's system. It's amazing. It's very amazing because I think with our previous manager, he was relying on counter attacks. So Wan-Bissaka wasn't really joining the attack. And then we didn't see how he can tack in or make crosses or join the attack. And Ten Hag has brought that thing in him. You understand? So I think the adaptability in his play has helped him to save his United career.
I think with this, Arsenal, he's your best. He's the best.
Who, Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That game, I think one of the best. And he's the best.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's very difficult to be dribbled.
That is why Martinelli was, kind of not game because it was not in it. All credit to Wan-Bissaka because he stopped him, and I was not expecting. It's not as if I'm not surprised. Wan-Bissaka, you need the Ronaldos, the Messi to do that.
So
he's so good at it.
Forget one-on-one. He's the best.
So I think that is why Ten Hag chose him simply because of the Arsenal wingers, Saka and then Martinelli. Martinelli, he will go with you. He will dribble past you. He will block you. He will stop you. But he was
Maguire nearly moved to West Ham United. The price and everything was actually on tag. He said he would stay and fight his position. Today he came on.
He should have gone.
Why do you say that?
Maguire. I'm not saying he's that bad.
Maguire is our fifth choice centre back, so he's bad. It's not he's not that bad. He's bad. It's as simple as that. His level, he's not an elite centre back. to play for Manchester United. Let's call a spade a spade. Maguire is not that kind of players that can play for the elite club. He is playing for Manchester United because of his passport. You understand? Yes, it's true. It's true. He's playing for Manchester United because of his passport. And both of you knows that when Maguire is playing, we are how do I even put this? When Maguire is on the field, we cannot press. We will not be able to play a high line. That's what I wanted to say. You understand? Because Maguire hasn't got a pace. His knowledge about his IQ and his knowledge about the playing field is not that good. You understand? There are
yeah. I think the network. Yeah.
I told him, you know, I don't.
Okay. We can't hear you. We cannot. Yeah. No. We can't hear you.
Check your mic if you can hear us. No. No, you are talking about Harry Maguire, so this is going. You are talking about Harry Maguire, so this is happening to you. Yeah. It's unfortunate that K is gone. But then I say Harry Maguire, it's not as if his performances are that bad. Everybody is bashing him, and his confidence right now to play football is zero. And when a player's confidence is off, he cannot do anything, you know. So this is what I'm saying. We shouldn't speak so bad about him. He's doing what he can, and at the moment, his confidence is off, you know. And when a player's confidence is off, it's very dangerous. To the extent that Ghana Parliament are even talking about him. You know, it's going to be really tough. So I have moved away from Manchester United to, you know, to take some eyes off him.
Yeah. Because if you move to West Ham like this, you always get the playing time, and also he will get that because he wasn't that bad when he joined United. He was such a good defender. Yeah. So, which player do you think you would have wished for Arsenal to have? I want him to come back. Then we'll just end it.
You know it already. I said this. I kept saying it before the transfer opened from last season now, and I will keep saying it. Harry Kane. That was our bet to win the league.
But Arsenal didn't even make a bid for him.
No, for now, I don't think the position that we need an all-in attacker or a striker, someone that can put 30 plus goals away, you know, and I can do that kind of job, you know. But it's going to give us. So when you ask me what I would have loved Arsenal to be able to, I kept saying this. I said it on all the platforms that I joined, all the football sports distance that I keep saying. But the point, you know, turns out to me that hey, I'm thinking of the impossible. But Harry Kane had got Harry Kane, or at least made an offer or something like that, we would have challenged Manchester City, whether you like it or not. Yes. So with Harry Kane gone, I don't know what again we need to be able to challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which player you would have wished that United should have had or should have go for and they didn't?
To be honest, I was thinking about Jude Bellingham. You understand? If we have gotten Jude Bellingham, it would have been a good buy for us because our midfielders are non-existent. We don't have midfield. We don't have creative midfielders. That box to box kind of midfielders that can also create. You understand? Jude Bellingham is very good at it. So I think United should have gone all in for Jude Bellingham. That's the kind of player that I really wish that he's playing for Manchester United now. As for our striking options, I don't really think that we have that sort of a lot of quality strikers around anymore. You know, talk of the Mbappe, Holland, and which type of striker can you mention now?
Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane. You know, and these top strikers will cost you over 100 million, and United don't have the finances to back those type of purchases. So we will make use of what we have. But as for Jude Bellingham, we should have gone all in for him instead of wasting 60 million on what was his name? You know, that panic buy from Chelsea. It's a waste of money.
It's not a panic buy.
It's a panic buy.
We want to
Trust me,
sell
it's
for
a
you.
panic buy because
Wasn't a
Ten
panic.
Hag thought
wasn't a
that
panic
if
buy.
Ten Hag thought that he wasn't going to get the sort of midfielder that he desired. You understand? And then if Mason Mount is available, why then don't I have to add him to the squad? So I think it was a panic buy. He just wanted to add midfielders. That's all. He just wanted to have something to work with as a coach. But I don't think Mason Mount is that sort of player that United need. No. You know, because already we have Eriksen. We don't know what we are doing with Eriksen. We have Bruno, who doesn't get injured. So why then do you have to go in for a number 10 position? Whilst you know we need a typical 8 box to box, somebody like Jude Bellingham. You understand? So that Mason Mount purchase was a panic buy completely. It's just a waste of money because it's not going to work. I keep on saying this. That guy is not going to work. You understand? Because the sort of position Ten Hag wants to play him, it wouldn't work. That 8 position, it wouldn't work. And the system that Ten Hag is playing, he is not used to that system.
You
And
see,
he's not going to get used to that system. That's the problem.
Get me. One thing you will always say you don't get to know is Erik Ten Hag is not just a coach. He's a coach who builds players
Okay.
to suit their distance. So usually maybe he will still build the player to suit what kind of player he wants him to be.
Exactly. You know, let me say this. If you watch Erik Ten Hag's how do you call it? His press conference, his Arsenal press conference, there was a question thrown to him asking him that why is Manchester United not playing as his Ajax team? You understand? And you know the answer he gave. He said the Ajax team that you see, they drilled them from the academy. So he will just put them in their position and then tell them what to do. These sort of players that we have, they don't have that sense. They don't have that level of IQ to play like the Ajax team because they were drilled. That's the system that they are used to from the academy. So it was very easy. You understand? So this answer your question perfectly. Mason Mount is he's like 25 years, right? 25, 26.
Yeah, 25, 26.
Exactly. So based
Or
on the
24,
current,
I can't remember.
yeah, currently he's at his peak. So I don't think there's nothing that Ten Hag can change about him. He's going to do his feeble box-to-box tackling. That's it. You know, it was a panic buy. I don't understand why Chelsea and Arsenal fans can't understand that Mason Mount was a panic buy for United.
Because he's not playing for us.
Exactly. You don't feel how we are feeling, right?
Why you have to be worried about Mason
It was
Mount?
a panic buy. It was a panic buy.
You know, to be worried about. And I'll waste my time. Should I stay here and think about Mason Mount?
Okay. So
He's
Simon,
the sort of player when he got injured, I was very happy. I was like, that guy is gone. You understand? But it shouldn't be like that. You know, right now, if I'm sweating over. Look, we don't have a center back. Right now, Manchester United don't have a center back. I just read that I got a notification that Lindelof was hurt.
I
You
think so.
understand? So they
Yeah.
took him off to protect him. And if Lindelof's supposed to go on the sideline for like 2-3 weeks, we are there. We will be stuck with this gullible. I don't have the word. These two sloths. They can't even run. You'll be stuck with them.
Yeah, they are
You
doing
understand what I'm saying?
their best for Manchester.
Sorry?
Let's
It's
end it here.
crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Let's
just
end it.
it's just crazy.
Yeah,
I just wish that we do something better.
yeah.
But then
So
again, like I said, I have good feeling about the team because of these two players that we've gotten, and I think maybe let's give them 2 to 3 matches, and they'll be okay. They'll be okay.
Challenge for the title.
Not no, how can we challenge for the title with Mason Mount? That is impossible. We cannot do that. But we will have this sort of play that we wish to see. United putting in tackles, winning ball back, pressing high on the pitch, and then making triangles. This soft, sweet, total football that we wish to see. Maybe with these two players, we can have that system. Look at Martial. Martial was playing like he was playing for Sunday special. You understand? And Martial, they are not good enough. That is what I'm not saying he's not good, but not that elite sort of player that United he should be playing for Manchester United. That's the problem. You understand? And there's one thing that hurts players most, that takes away their confidence, is how the team itself is performing. Look, you made mention of Akanji. Akanji is not a better player than Maguire's, but you know what? Akanji is playing with a team that has this level of confidence.
And quality.
So psychologically, he's a winner in his mind.
What I
So
was saying.
everything he touches turns to gold
Yeah.
because there's a good feeling in the dressing room around the team.
They believe they are quality.
Exactly. Even though he's not there,
Yeah.
but he has that mentality that look, I can do better.
Yeah.
But
okay.
the Maguires, they are not good enough. Let me put it this way: they are not good
So
enough.
Simon,
Yeah.
your last words before
For
we just
Arsenal fans.
yeah, for Arsenal fans before.
Uh,
Yeah.
to all Arsenal fans, trust in Arteta, believe in what he's doing, and let's get behind him. That's all I would say. We should stop bashing him, throwing things at him. We should just trust him, believe him, and support him. But at the moment, he's the best we can have. If a coach like Ten Hag is even struggling, then Arteta is trying, and he speaks with confidence. I love people that know what. So to us, I would like you to believe in him and trust. On kudos Mohammed joining West Ham. It's good for Ghana football. Last about it and played for a few minutes, yesterday for West Ham United this week. And I think we should support him. And then also, encourage him. Then again, Jordan Ayew has played fantastically with this, beginning of the season. I think he's one man of the match for several occasions in this early beginning. So I think we are also get
Okay,
Yeah.
your last
I'm
words to
just.
United.
I'll just say this. United will be fine. We will be fine. So I think we can fight for top four. I,
what?
I think United can fight for top four.
Stop what?
Top four, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think United, we can actually fight for top four. So
Okay.
we should just relax, just accept that we are not good enough like the Manchester City and the Liverpools, and
And
then Arsenal. Let me say this: Arsenal is not yet there at the level that they were during last season.
They will get there. The league just
Arsenal
started.
last season, yes, they are not. They are not yet there. So I cannot really put you in the category of the Manchester Cities and Liverpool.
don't worry,
You
Okay.
understand? Right
don't worry,
now, it's all about Manchester City and Liverpool. And Arsenal is not far from Manchester United.
don't worry.
If you've actually watched, Arsenal is not far from Manchester United. based on what we are doing now.
Okay. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And we're going to see you next week again. And hey, bye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Have a wonderful week.
Likewise.